Okay, nandito naman po tayo sa second part ng Coulomb's Law, in which last time we described what Coulomb's Law is. However, what we're going to do today is we're going to have another uh, another set of solution that you'll be enlightened to see that physics somehow is a little bit easier than you'd expect. Intro muna tayo. Okay, so the physics part 2 of Coulomb's law, and we're going to have three problems. However, ang pag-solve nito will not be the same as you expect. What we're going to do here is we're going to have some visual. Okay, so this is the Coulomb's law, and we're going to have a visual representation of the net forces acting on a series of setups of point charges arranged on different situations. So we call this setup 1, and this is setup 1. No? We have two charges, positive 1 coulomb and negative 1 coulomb on the opposite side. They are 1 meter apart, and what we're going to do is we're going to place a test charge sa center, exactly at the center of the center of the two charges. Okay, we assign the one on the left side would be Q1, and on the right side would be Q2. Again, the blue represents a positive charge and the red a negative charge. And of course, the test charge is a positive charge. Okay, represented as Q prime, okay, Q sub 1, Q sub 2, and Q prime. So what we're going to do first is we're going to show the vector force of Q1 to Q prime at Q prime. So what do you mean by that? Ganito kasi yan, no? It depends on which object you are dealing with. Iba-ibang na-experience silang force. So for example, ang Q1 will have a different will experience a pushing force from Q prime if you are going to deal with Q1, and it will have a pulling effect. It will experience a pulling effect from Q2 if you are to consider again Q1. However, what we're considering is Q prime, meaning what's the effect of Q1 and Q2 on Q prime. So in this case, ano daw ang effect ng Q1 sa Q prime is that the Q prime will experience a pushing force from Q1 kasi pareho silang positive. So dito siya papunta. So I just assigned a specific length of arrow. Next, what is naman the effect of Q2 on Q prime at the position of Q prime? So at the position of Q prime, Q2 is negative charge, which also means that Q prime will experience a pulling force from Q2. So ang direction niya ganun din, pareho nung kanina. Red yung nga lang, which means is a pushing force, whereas this one is a pulling force. So blue ang ginamit kong symbol. Okay, combine two charges. Now, medyo nilagay ko lang sa ilalim yung isa para makita nyo na actually, dalawa ang forces acting. In reality, that should be shown as ganyan. Pwede silang i-add kasi vector sila, no? So, ang effect ng Q1 and Q2 on Q prime will be, they'll be adding each other up. See, most of them are pointing in the same direction. Okay, so to make that more detailed, what we're going to do is we're going to express the two charges as a sum. Okay, as a sum. So the two, not charges, the two forces from Q1 and from Q2 as a sum of forces, here represented by a green arrow. Okay, so that's the final setup, the final answer. Okay, so for force between Q2 and Q prime to Q1, using only vectors, no? So you come up with this one. So this again, the another final answer. Next, a visual depiction of the net electric force. This time, we're going to draw a series of arrows again for our setup number 2. What is our setup number 2? Our setup number 2 is that an equilateral triangle of whose side, the length of its side is 1 meter. Okay, so you know already what's an equilateral triangle. And alternating, so we started with this side. Actually, you can choose any side, but I usually choose the left side but punta sa right. So, -1, +1, and -1 again. This time, +1 ang nasa gitna. No? It's the same test charge. So, assigning it, Q1 is -1 coulomb, Q2, +1 coulomb, Q3, -1 coulomb, and our test charge, Q prime, 1 coulomb. Arranged on this triangular grid. So, an equilateral triangle of side length 1 meter with alternating +1, +1 coulomb, -1 coulomb, and +1 coulomb charges at its vertices. So, what are the forces acting on this one? First, the force between Q prime and Q1 at the position of Q1. So, ano yung experience ng Q1 ng Q prime sa Q1? It's a pulling force. So, may tendency siyang lalapit siya dun sa Q1. So, ang arrow goes to Q1. It points to Q1. Next, what's the effect of Q2 on Q prime? Ang Q2 naman is parehas lang positive, which means that this one will push Q1 and therefore Q1 will experience a force going this way. Kasi nga ito yung positive, parehong positive, they don't like each other, they push this one out, downward. How about Q3? Sa Q3 naman, pareho lang sa Q1 except that nasa kabilang side. This one, Q prime, experiences a pulling force from Q3. Okay? In the same way that is done sa Q1. So, combining all three, we have Q1, the force on Q1 by Q1, the force by Q2, and the force by Q3. And notice that they seem to have a certain pattern. Okay? So, to express this better, what we're going to do is we're going to consider this as the origin of our axis. And then we come up with, okay, we express this Q1 in terms of its X and Y coordinate components. So, itong green na to is the X component of Q prime, of Q1. This other green is the Y component of Q1, Q sub 1. On the other hand, the same is true sa kabila, no? Ang Q3 has its own X component and its own Y component. And by the looks of it, itong dalawang to, they will cancel out. Again, they do not disappear, their effects only cancel. So, by removing yung main Q1, Q force and then leaving only the components. Now, remember, the component represent the main forces, Q1. And however, the purposes of the component is to make it easier mathematically to solve the problem. So here, this is the X and Y component of Q1 and Q1 force, and this one is the X and Y component of the Q3 force. Now, since this one, as I've said, magka-cancel out yan. So, yun. Nawala sila. Hindi sila, okay? And so, you're left only with two Y components which don't cancel out, but they add up. Okay? So then, what we're going to do is we express that force as a single force na Q1, Q3. FQ1, Q3 siguro in that case. And notice that it is very similar to the repelling force of Q2. And the sum of the two forces Q2 and on Q1y plus Q3y is the final vector resultant. Now, hindi ko pinagdikit kasi nga sobra sa screen. But the final answer is this 2. The green one about as long as the red one. Okay, the green one being the resulting force of the two negative charges, and the red one is the resulting force of the Q, which is the positive charge. Okay, I hope you understand that, na? Next setup. So we just remove the grid to come up with the answer. Okay. Next depiction of net electric force. Again, this one visual pang pag-solve natin. So next time, I'll be showing you the solutions to all these three. Draw the net electric force on the setup given on setup 3. These are net setup. This time, we have a square na nilagyan ng positive charge, a negative charge, then positive, negative, positive. Place on that. So, in a way, parang pinin mo sila. Hindi sila supposed to be gagalaw. But they will have an effect on the charge at the center. So, a charge of test charge was placed at the very center. So, what you're going to do is, ano yung ma-experience na force nung positive charge na yan, test charge, when it is placed, alternating charges of positive and negative around it, on a square grid. Okay, first, ang ginawa natin, titirahin natin yung ibon ng dalawang bato, no? So, yung Q1 experiences attractive force both sa Q prime experiences an attractive force sa Q1 and sa Q3. So, Q1 has a tendency to go to Q3 or to go to Q1. Since na somewhere sa middle, it stays at the middle. Now, on the other hand, ganun naman ang effect din ng Q2 and Q4. This arrow is the effect of Q4. This arrow is the effect of Q2. Kasi nga, pushing naman niya. Kaya pareho man silang positive, this one will push it that way. So, ito yung force niya. So, Q2's force is this one. Q4's force is this one. And since, again, they are all placed equidistant from the position of the test charge, you have two completely opposite forces. Now, this is easier than you would expect. So, you combine the forces, it appears that all four of them seem to be pulling the object at the center. All of them, all equal and opposite. Since all forces act on the same Q prime and such that they're all equal and opposite, the effect is that walang effect. So, the forces are there, but their effect on the object is zero. So, a net force of 0 happens. And therefore, in that case, the object remains in place. Hindi siya mag-accelerate somewhere. Again, this is a theoretical setup. And so, no force vectors are left and their effect are still enforced. Meaning, kung meron kang tatanggaling isang charge dyan, mag-iiba yung forces again. So, and remove a charge changes the entire setup. So, remove this one and magkakaroon ng net force. And remove this one, magkakaroon din ng net force. So, any of these are balancing each other out. But one of them, or any of them ma-remove, or even ma-change ang distance, will cause this to have a net force. So, I suppose that's the visual solution that I'm showing you. Okay, next time, we're going to show you the calculation of the net electric force from the same setup. Setups 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so in the meantime, rest muna tayo doon. Bye tayo muna.